Okay, hello and welcome. It's another exciting time learning the use of the English language, and it's always lovely to have you here. So let's get right to it. We have something very exciting as regards the English language lexis. Simply put, words or vocabularies in the English language. Okay, so here is um, a little something on what I call the look-alikes. Okay, so if we don't call them look-alikes, we could also call them sound-alikes. All right, this is just a basic or a layman's language for what we call homonyms and homophones. All right, which are typical aspects of the English language exam across various levels. All right, so for beginners, first time learners of the English language, it is much simpler to know homonyms as lookalikes and soundalikes. All right, so your homophones, by definition, are simply words that possess similar sound or same sound. All right, and then your homonyms are those words in English language that have same sound, different spellings, and then different meanings. All right, that's pretty much what we have on the board. Okay, so let's get right to it, shall we? Number one, we have a combination of words. We have adopt, we have adapt, and we have adept. All right, now if you take a judicious look at these three, you would find that they don't necessarily sound alike, of course, but they they have the same form. How do I mean? You notice they all start the same way and end the same way, except for the middle vowels. Good. So in adopt, the middle vowel is the short O. In adapt, the middle vowel there is the short R. And then in adept, the middle vowel is the short air sound. Okay, so they look alike when we consider their initial and final letters. Okay, now you should know that we have a group of words in English known as paronyms. All right, let me tell you about this in addition to homonyms. Paronyms are words that have the same formation pattern. That is to say, just like you see here, they all start the same way and end the same way, except for their middle letters. All right, we have other words like that in the English language. Another example you should take note of is something we call funeral and funereal. Okay, funeral and funereal. Now, funeral, as we know it, these are burial rites or things, practices that are, initiated or executed when a person kicks the bucket or a person dies. Okay, but funereal, which is a close look alike or sound alike to the word funeral. Funereal means to be sad. So I can say that I felt a bit funereal at my late grandma's funeral. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's get right to it. Number one, adopt. We have adapt and then we have adept. Okay, so to adopt means to take something or someone, okay, and personalize them. Okay, so adopt means For example, I copy a culture, I copy a practice, or I copy a way of life or a certain mannerism that did not originally originate from me, and then I make it my own. That is to say, I start to put that which I have copied into practice. That is adopt. All right. We also use adopt for children. Yes, especially for couples who, for one reason or the other, cannot bear children of their own, they could adopt. Now, that's the meaning of adopt. And you should know that adopt is a verb, okay? And then it means to take something that was not originally yours, okay? And then you start to use them, you personalize them. That's adopt. Okay, you could also adopt the way of life of a people. All right, now we have adapt. Okay, to adapt means to um, basically to survive. Okay, when we adapt, we try to blend with prevailing circumstances or situations around us. All right, just so that we can ensure our existence or our continuous existence. Okay, that's what it means to adapt. All right, just like you adapt to a new environment, a person who moves from Africa to the UK, we have to adapt to climate changes. All right, or we have to adapt to the vicissitudes of the weather in the UK. You get that? So that's adapt. Now, to be adept means that a person is skillful. Yes, so to be adept means you are skillful. Synonyms for skillful, we have adroit, we have a word like shrewd, we have a word like expert, professional, and so on. Okay, so that's adept. All right, so you can see that though they begin and end alike, they possess different meanings. Okay, and unlike Mrs. Malaprop or Miss Malaprop in literature, you should not use any of these words in the wrong place. Okay, you should know the popular literary figure Miss Malaprop. Okay, it was from her, it was from her common usage that the term malapropism was coined. Yes, so she was of the habit of using the right words because they exist, but in the wrong place. Okay, so you don't, in place of saying a family adopted two children or two kids from the orphanage, you don't say they adapted. You don't say they adapted. No, you say they adopted. All right. You should not say, I am trying to adapt to this new environment. No, that's wrong. What should you say then? Very good. I'm trying to adapt. Okay. So do not forget that when a person is described as adept, they are skilled. Okay. Number two, we have esoteric and exoteric. All right, they sound alike and they look alike, so much alike. All right, but they differ in their meanings. So I'll need you to know that when anything, information, an idea, or what have you, is popular, all right, to many persons, that is, it is known by a large number of people, it is not a secret thing, right? It's obvious, people know it. We could call it an open secret, that sort of thing. It is described as exoteric with the X. All right, exoteric. It means popular to many, known by many. Okay, but when you want to mean that something is not known by many persons, rather it is known by few, then we use esoteric. Okay, so I could make a sentence, for example, like most English language users are not familiar with some of the esoteric phrases. Esoteric there means not popular. Yes, they are secret, known to only few or known by only few persons. Okay, but when I want to mean that it is known by many, I then make use of the word exoteric. Okay, number 3, we have I call them three sisters. I don't know why. Okay, but we have site, S-I-T-E, we have C-I-T-E, and we have S-I-G-H-T. Now, these three sisters have same sound all through, okay, which is the diphthong I, as in sight. So this is sight, and then this is equally sight. All right, except that they are spelled differently, just as you can see on the board. So let's get right to it. The first sight you have is a noun, okay, and it means a place, a location, okay. Where an accident happens is a site. Where a building construction is taking place is a site. All right, so anywhere, any physical location where an event is to happen, or an event is happening, or an event will happen, is said to be a site. All right, now the second one, CITE, is a verb. Remember that the first is a noun and it's a location. The second is a verb and it simply means to make mention of. Okay, so I can say that during the course of Mr. Techno's teaching on lookalikes and soundalikes, he cited several examples. Do you get that now? He mentioned, that's the meaning of cite. He mentioned, okay, he disclosed, he stated, and so on. All right, now the third sister we have, SIGHT, that's relating to vision, okay, your eyesight. All right, at old age most persons develop defective sight, talking about their vision. All right, now this sight as a noun is vision, but as a verb it means the ability to see. You know, verbs are action words, so sight is the ability to see. For example, I sighted my mom at the market. I cited this. All right, not this, because this one means to mention. Okay, so I cited my mom at the market. Now, this cite is also used in a popular figurative expression, an idiom, as it were, which goes to be a sight for sore eyes. Okay, now when we say that the person is a sight for sore eyes, it means they are pleasant to behold. All right, or in a very simple term, it just means it's nice to see you, or it's good to see you, or I'm happy to see you, or it's a delight getting to see you. That's what it means. All right, now number 4, these two have been used wrongly and interchangeably also. Okay, we have whooping and we have whopping. All right, now we have a common infirmity that some persons suffer from. It's related to cough. It's called whooping cough. Okay, now that's correct. Okay, because the word whooping means spasms. Okay, spasms. All right, while the word whopping means great or big or large, okay, or humongous. You should see my video on lexis okay, where I talked about the word humongous and other exciting words. You should watch that. All right. Now, I find that especially in ESL regions, okay, that is English rather as a second language, okay, in ESL regions like Nigeria, the word whooping, which should be used with cough, is used with money. Okay, so you hear things like the criminals or the thieves made away with a whooping sum of money, with a whooping sum of 20 million. Okay, now um, while that is a bad event or something that is not so palatable. However, the usage of the word whooping, okay, it calls for attention because the word whooping relates to spasms. All right, so it's wrong to use whooping for money. Okay, so most persons who do this probably intended to say that the amount stolen was quite huge. All right, if you're such a person, next time you are to describe such a huge sum of money, please ensure you use the word whopping and not whooping. Okay, so one can have whooping cough, all right, but one will have a whopping sum of money in their bank account. You get that now? Excellent. Now we have number 5. We have 3 keywords. We have celerity, we have celebrity, and then I gave a bonus word called celebrant. Okay, now 3 of them are nouns or can be used as nouns. Celerity talks about quickness or swiftness. That is speed, the rate at which something happens. Okay, so that's celerity. All right. A celebrity, on the other hand, as we know, is a very popular person. Okay, one who is making so much noise in the world. That's a celebrity. So think of anybody you know that is a popular person, or she is a popular person. That's a celebrity. All right. But when you mean quickness, swiftness, or speed, we make use of celerity. Now, a celebrant means more than most people know. A celebrant, popular opinion, a celebrant is a person that celebrates an occasion or an event. For example, one that is having a birthday party is a celebrant. Okay, one who just built a house and is doing some sort of house opening party is a celebrant. Okay, one who is getting married is a celebrant. All right, but a celebrant in the English language is equally a priest. Yes, a priest that officiates a church service. That's a celebrant too. So a Catholic priest or a Pentecostal priest, if you are a priest and you officiate a church service or a Catholic mass, you are said to be a celebrant. All right, I hope you find these 5 pairs of lookalikes and soundalikes interesting. For those of you who may be getting to know this channel for the first time, all right, do encourage us by subscribing to the channel and turn on your notifications so you will get notified of our subsequent videos on the English language. All right, we have other videos on the channel. Do avail yourself of the opportunity of getting to watch them and engaging all the exciting content that we have here on Text TV. Until next time, okay, and same channel, I remain Mr. Techno, your favorite English language coach. Thank you.